Aspiration is what you need to get you through in life. It's Live Your Dreams with me, Esther Michael Emma. This is a show that empowers you to believe in yourself. Dream it, see it, believe it, it's all in you. Catch it on this channel every Tuesdays at 11 a.m. and be... Welcome back. This is Live Your Dreams, the program that comes on this channel every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. And this is the program that tells you that you can't give up on your dreams. Today in this program, I have a father, a law enforcer, I like to call him that. He's no other person but Shollay Davies. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
It's so good to have you, and thanks for having us in your space.
Thank you very much.
All right, quickly, I'll start off with you. Tell us, who is Shollay Davies?
Shollay Davies was born in 1967, some 48 years ago, and I started from a humble beginning. I grew up country where I went to school. And then came to attend college here at Linton Magai Teachers College then. I did the higher teacher certificate and then graduated. After a while, I also taught at the Davies Memorial Secondary School for parents.
What did you teach, sir?
I taught the sciences. I taught the sciences. I was teaching agricultural science. I also taught biology and economics. At the same time, I also had the eagerness to work for the media at the time, and so I got myself working with the SLBS at the time. I was presenting news on radio and television at the time. Those were the moments I felt in my life that I really have contributed to society, because I recall those days when we were at the SLBS. You know, it wasn't much of a salary than the commitment to the dissemination of news. We had the knack for it, and so we gave our best. So those periods were really memorable to me, and I also decided that I should also improve on my education. So I went to the Jala University College, where I acquired my bachelor's degree, again in agricultural science. So I was more of a science person. I never knew I was caught out for, governance issues. But as I, continued my pursuit of higher education, I graduated and found myself, working initially as a school teacher, but then I started working for the SOS Children's Villages as the National Resettled Youth Supervisor. My responsibility then was to take care of youths that are growing up in society. And so I became interested in governance issues, because I knew that, children of today, and inclusive of my very self, had suffered in the past. And I think we have to do something to fix it, particularly on governance issues. And so I became interested. So when the opportunity arose at the time for people to work for the Anti-Corruption Commission, I quickly enlisted myself. I applied, and I was lucky to have been. All right,
let me just stop you there a little bit, because we're definitely going to come back. In your teens, what were you most afraid of, and how did you surpass them?
My greatest fears in life has been, the fear of failure. And I have worked all my life not to fail in my pursuit of achievement of what I want to do. I have worked hard as a student. I have worked hard as a worker in the public sector. And in everything I do, I am always meticulous. I want to get it done, and done perfectly. So I have been a fighter. I've been fighting to succeed. So that's the thing that has helped me. My greatest fear really is to fail in anything I do. So I fight hard not to fail at all.
All right, so what have been your watchwords, coming up as a young man and being where you are today? What would you say have kept you, those words you would I say diligently adhered to, Some would call it your philosophy to life.
Hard work. I have always believed in hard work. Someone once said to me, that success in life is 10% of your intelligence and 90% of your hard work. You can be an intelligent person, but if you're not hardworking, forget it. You can never achieve what you want to achieve. I believe in hard work, and I believe that people can achieve their dreams if they set themselves, towards achieving that dream with hard work and dedication.
Coming up, did you always know who you wanted to become?
Honestly, I have to be very honest with you. I had this inspiration from a teacher that I admired so much in school. And this man was an agriculturist. I liked the way he taught agriculture. And I said to myself, I have to be like him. And so I pursued my educational career towards becoming an agriculturist. But little did I know that I could do better, on governance issues. If I had known, I would have been in the army.
Why did, I want to ask, how did you know, when did you realize that you could, be in governance?
Well, I think that came in at a time when I started working for the SOS and the mining, when I was in charge of youths, taking care of the welfare of youths going into society. And I got to realize that a lot more of our youths, are disadvantaged as a result of maybe deprivation by society, maybe by, the lack of good governance at the time to have provided what is necessary for our youthful population to be able to, realize their full potentials. And I said, I cannot stay aloof and watch society continue, in the downside, rather than coming in and giving support in my little way. So I thought that I should go into something that would make me contribute.
Help you contribute.
Yes,
They'll put you in that position.
Right. So that was what inspired me.
Alright, so tell us something interesting about yourself that we all don't know.
One thing about me, and I think a lot more of my friends do remember me for that, is that I'm a very friendly person. And I interact a lot. And that besides, I am so dedicated to whatever I'm doing. I will sit with friends even when I was going to school. If we have an exam, I will know the time I leave them to go and study. So I plan myself, and I have never really been very forgetful about what I want to do in life. So I am one person that is very friendly, but yes, I am very focused.
All right, as the Deputy Anti-Corruption Commissioner, what strategies do you think the Commission is putting in place to ensure that corruption is curbed and addressed to its lowest state?
Well, this is a very interesting question. I must say that we have, over the years, worked assiduously as a commission to deal with the problem of corruption. Firstly, we started off when the legal framework that gives us the mandate for the fight against corruption was weak. And we knew that there was need for us to have a change in the legislation. So that was done, and we saw a change in terms of the quality of indictments that we prepare, and we also saw that there was an increase in the number of convictions in court. So that helped in the fight. And then, but we realized that the fight against corruption cannot just be restricted to prosecuting, individuals in court. We need also to educate the general public about the evils of corruption and the benefits of a corrupt-free society. That we have been doing, and we've been scaling up, our sensitization to members of the public, and we have engaged on community sensitization. We go to communities and engage them on issues of corruption, and they are now willing, and are sending us qualitative reports about corruption in their communities. This is helping us a lot, because we have always sounded this, that we cannot succeed in the fight if we do not have the support of the public, if we do not have the support of all the pillars of integrity within the state, the media, civil society, you know, those at the judiciary, all of those arms of governance, you know, needed to give support to the fight. Now, we are all part of the jigsaw. If one arm of the jigsaw is broken, then everything collapses. So we have been preaching that we need the support of every arm of government, every pillar of integrity within the state to support the fight. And that is why we have come up with the National Anti-Corruption Strategy. Now that strategy is what, you know, takes the fight back to the people. It sends the message that we all have a role to play, that we all, you know, can contribute in dealing with corruption, even in our respective, you know, avocations. The media can report about corruption. And when they give the report, we can act on those reports. There are many, many reports that we have investigated that came from the media. So we see that there should be that synergy in the fight. And it is not just ACC, it is every one of us. It is civil society, it is the media, it is individuals. So we all have a role to play. But one thing I can say, to answer your question, is that we have tried, first of all, to strengthen the legal framework. We have also increased our public awareness about corruption. We have also equally reviewed systems within institutions, you know, to make them resistant to corruption. Because we believe that if an institution is not fixed, individuals, no matter how straightforward they are, no matter how upright they are, if they go to those institutions, they can be corrupted. So we believe in systems. Where there are resilient systems, resilient institutions, we believe that, you know, the opportunities for corruption will be minimized. So that is our conviction, and that is what we're doing.
Yes, it's Live Your Dreams. We still have the fascinating Shollay Davies with us. When we come back, we'll find out more. Stay with us.
Previously on Live Your Dreams.
Try not to be like people. Try to be yourself. Because when you try to be like people, you always have problems along the road. And God Almighty created every individual with destiny. Some are destined to have short fame. If you pray to be like them, you also have short fame.
Aspiration is what you need to get you through in life. It's Live Your Dreams with me, Esther Michael Emma. This is a show that empowers you to believe in yourself. Dream it, see it, believe it, it's all in you. Catch it on this channel every Tuesdays at 11 a.m. and be. If you just tuned in, it's Star TV, and this is Live Your Dreams with me, Esther Michael. It's a program that tells you that you don't stop until you're done. And I still have the amazing Shollay Davies with me. So, back to you. Quickly, you mentioned your mentor, I would say, your teacher back then. You didn't tell us his name. What was his name?
Yes, his name is M.E.O. Samurai.
Okay.
Yes, he was such an intelligent chap that I admired at the time. He knew what he was actually teaching. And I admired him so much because I got to understand everything he comes to class to teach. And it was like this.
Magic.
Anytime he comes with a topic to class, you know, I sit there and listen to him, you know, in amazement at the way he simplifies, you know, the subject. And this is what most teachers lack. Some teachers go to class to confuse the student, to give the impression that, oh, I know it all. And that teacher was different. He goes to class to make you understand what he's trying to impart in you. And that was what I admired.
That's the essence of teaching, isn't it?
Exactly.
All right, but was there any other person who you emulated or who you'd say was a role model?
Well, I would say that apart from the academia, you know, I have always, you know, been in admiration of, you know, I would say my father. My father has been my greatest mentor in life. And he taught me the rubrics of life and most of my life lessons. You know, I was close to him, and we would talk all the issues of you know, home affairs and about education, how, you know, I would be more beneficial to not only my siblings, but also to society. He was that philanthropist that I admired a lot. He liked people, but he was not very outward.
Okay.
Like myself, I am very outward, I would say. But I knew that inside him, he was a lover of people because he assisted many people that I know, and some of them, even today, they remind me of my father's assistance to them in life. So that was my, greatest mentor.
I'm sure they'll be both proud of your dad and your teacher, your cultural teacher. Okay, what sacrifices would you say you made coming up as a young man that has helped you build up to this point?
Well, one of the greatest sacrifices I made was to continue schooling in spite of the difficulties I encountered then, whilst going to school. I happened to have been raised in a family that was okay when we were young. But as we grew up, things changed, and it was difficult.
So it's crazy adjusting to that.
Exactly, and so I found myself like an individual that is alone in the desert. I had to work with nothing, and arriving at a destination that I'm myself really very surprised that I'm here. I recall the days when I was in college. Those days, particularly when I was at Milton Magai Teachers College. It was not all rosy. I had to depend on friends to subsist, and it wasn't quite easy. I recall there was a time I almost dropped out of college because it was difficult then for me to be able to feed and to pay the fees. So it was difficult, but I stood up, and decided that nothing would take me away from my path.
Yeah, because you knew what you were going for.
Exactly.
And you believed in yourself.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So I got myself there, and even after graduating from Milton Magai then, and going to Jala University, we were at Mukundi. Mukundi was where the college was, housed, and I believe it is still there today. It was a strange environment. I knew nobody in that community. I recall even the day I went for interview, I had to urge the panel that I'm going back to Freetown because I don't know anybody in the environment and I needed to get back to Freetown. So that was all interesting. But then I also, did my studies at Jala University College in the midst of nothing. And I graduated, with a good degree, I would say. Notwithstanding that, knowing full well that education is the key to success.
Sure.
I further, entered the Institute of Public Administration and Management, and that's where I got my master's in business administration. So in life, one has to push and keep pushing. You don't relent.
Sure.
You don't relent. If you decide to stay back, you have yourself to blame. So I have always been pushing and making sure that I don't give up.
So quickly, we move on to your personal bit. Tell us about your family.
My family. I was married to a beautiful woman. Blessed memories. She died a year and 2 months ago. And that's the sad part of the story. I recall my wife giving support to me during the days when I was really trying to struggle to make it in life. She was there for me, and we fought the hard battles. And just a month after I was promoted to the position of a deputy commissioner, she died. I really miss her a lot. Even as I speak, I know that she's there in the other world and wishing me well. I have a son. He's Rex. I love him so much. And yes, that's all about me and my family. And my mother is still alive. My dad is gone. He's dead. and I'm holding on in life and hoping that tomorrow will be brighter and everything will be fine in the name of the Almighty God.
Amen. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yes.
I should never have asked that question.
It's all right.
Okay, but quickly, what has been your greatest achievement so far, would you say, for you?
Well, honestly, to me, my greatest achievement is climbing through the rungs in the institution I work to becoming the deputy commissioner of that institution. To me, I think it's the greatest achievement. It never came easy. It came with hard work, it came with dedication, and I also would like to thank His Excellency the President for considering me, because this is the first time we are having a deputy commissioner that went through the ranks in the institution to be appointed as deputy commissioner. But I know that it is the grace of the Almighty. I want to thank God for that. It is nothing by my own effort. I think it is God's doing, and I owe it to the Almighty.
Very cool. What has been your challenge? When I say what has it been for you working in a very challenging and sensitive institution in the country?
Well, I think my greatest challenge has been having to work in an environment that is so, I can say, demanding, very demanding. The institution I work for is a very demanding institution that yearns for your attention, throughout your, I would say throughout your work time and even after work.
So
There are instances where we have stayed on in the office till 8, sometimes 10 o'clock at night, just trying to address issues that come forward, to our attention. And even whilst we're at home, issues may come up and they would need our attention. We'll always be on the road. So I think working in an environment that is so demanding, it's not easy.
Well, yet
and getting people's appreciation of what you do. I have had, a feeling that we are never liked, by either people in government or those that are in the opposition. When you take a stance against, those that are in government, they, tend to think that you are anti-government. And when there is an issue for which you have decided not to take an action because of what you believe, what the law says, others will perceive it as being compromising. So we find ourselves in a catch-22 situation. But it is a difficult thing, doing this for the nation and not being appreciated sometimes. I think it's one of our greatest challenges.
Well, but you're still there anyway.
Yes, somebody has to be there.
Quickly, tell us what keeps attracting you.
What keeps attracting me is trying to solve this difficult problem of corruption in our society. And I think we cannot back out at this time.
No.
We have to give our best. We have to make sure that we stay the course and do it for the good of our children and their children's children. And I think it is what every one of us should do. As a media person, don't give up. If that is your calling, pursue your dreams. Perhaps in the little questions you ask, you may be inspiring somebody else out there. So that is how we all, contribute to nation building.
Finally, I'd like you to say your final words to young people and people at large, Quickly, I'd like you to say your final words to young people and people at large, people who just want to give up, people who think, oh, the system is so tough and rough, and I'm in a very, would I say disadvantaged situation, so I can go on, and there's no point me leaving at all and stuff like that. Tell somebody out there who's watching, inspire them and give them a reason to want to, push on and live on and believe that they can live their dreams?
Well, my words of advice, if I should put it that way, is that young people should be stoic. They should be resilient in whatever they're doing and to stay their dreams. You know, oftentimes when you are faced with life challenges, you want to back down, I encourage you to keep pushing. Perhaps that is just but a test. And once you go through that test, you'll be there. So don't give up in your dreams. If you face challenges in life, stay on. Like it was said by one man of God. Say if you're going through hell,
keep going.
Keep going. You know, don't give up. In life, if you give up, you are the failure.
Sure.
If you fail to give up, then you are the winner. So keep working hard on your dreams and never give up.
Thank you so much for taking out your time to be with us. It's been an inspiring moment, and I hope I'll get you back again on the show. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The pleasure is mine.
You're welcome. And that's it. Shollay Davies, Deputy Anti-Corruption Commissioner, and he's been telling us all about himself. I hope you've been inspired. Till I come your way again, live for what you believe in. Believe in yourself. Don't give up. Yeah, it's all tough and rough, but toughen it through, and you'll get there. It's been a wonderful moment. I'm Mr. Michael Emma. Keep living your dreams. Aspiration is what you need to get you through in life. It's Live Your Dreams with me, Esther Michael Emma. This is a show that empowers you to believe in yourself. Dream it, see it, believe it, it's all in you. Catch it on this channel every Tuesdays at 11 a.m. and be